By the end of that night, my best friend still hadn't answered my calls. And his mother knew something about me that I had never said out loud to anyone. 0088 seconds. That's the part people don't believe when I tell them. They assume the surprise came from her. They're wrong. 013 seconds. The surprise was what she saw in me before I even realized it myself. It started at 11:47 p.m. with my car parked 021 seconds crookedly in front of a house I've been coming to since I was 14. Same white siding, same porch light that buzzed when bugs hit it. Same driveway where 030 seconds we'd planned our futures in folding chairs, swearing we'd never end up like our parents. Except my friend Mark wasn't there. His truck was gone. His 039 seconds phone went straight to voicemail and the front door unlocked. I stood there longer than I should have. Keys digging into my palm, rain soaking through my 048 seconds jacket, thinking about the message he'd sent me an hour earlier. Can you check on my mom tonight, please? No 054 seconds explanation, just that. I stepped inside and called his name out of habit. The house answered back with silence and the low hum of the refrigerator. Then I heard her voice from the kitchen. Evan, 106 1 minute, 6 seconds, she said, calm, almost relieved. You came. Linda Harris had always been background noise in my life. Mark's mom, 114 1 minute, 14 seconds. PDA meetings, soccer snacks, polite smiles that never asked questions. She was supposed to be invisible. Instead, 122 1 minute, 22 seconds, she was standing barefoot on the tile floor holding 2 mugs of tea, looking at me like she'd been expecting me all evening. You're soaked, she said. 131 1 minute, 31 seconds, setting 1 mug down. Sit, please. 134 1 minute, 34 seconds, something in her tone made it less of a request and more of an instruction. I obeyed without thinking, lowering myself 141 1 minute, 41 seconds into the chair Mark usually kicked back with his feet on. Mark didn't say where he went, I started. I know what 149 1 minute, 49 seconds, he said. She interrupted gently. He didn't tell you everything. That should have been my cue to leave. To mumble something polite and back out the door. 158. 1 minute, 58 seconds instead. I stayed because the way she was watching me carefully, almost clinically, made my chest tighten. She slid the mug toward me. Chamomile 2072 minutes, 7 seconds, honey. The same thing she used to give us before exams back when stress felt simpler. You've been carrying a lot. 213 2 minutes, 23 seconds, she said. I laughed once, sharp and humorless. I think you've got the wrong guy. No, she replied. I don't. The clock over the sink ticked loud enough to feel intrusive. I noticed details I never had before. The tired slump in her 228 2 minutes, 28 seconds shoulders. The way her hands trembled slightly when she picked up her own mug. The fact that she hadn't sat down yet. 236 2 minutes, 36 seconds. How long have you known? I asked. 238 2 minutes, 38 seconds, though I wasn't sure what that even meant. Her eyes softened. Long enough. 242 2 minutes, 42 seconds. That was when the air changed. Not suddenly, slowly, like a room losing heat. She finally sat across from me and 249 2 minutes, 49 seconds, folded her hands. Mark thinks he's protecting me by leaving.
He thinks if he doesn't see it, it won't hurt. See 256 2 minutes, 56 seconds, what I asked.
She looked at me then, not as her son's friend, not as a guest, but as if I were the only person in the room. 304 3 minutes, 4 seconds. Who could handle the truth? The way you look at him, she said quietly, and the way you've been pretending not to. I swear my heart stopped. Not 312 3 minutes, 12 seconds metaphorically, physically, like it missed a beat and never quite caught up again. That's not, I began, but she 319 3 minutes, 19 seconds, raised a hand. You don't have to explain, she said. I'm not angry. I'm not shocked. I just didn't expect you to 326 3 minutes, 26 seconds be so alone with it. The rain outside intensified, pounding the windows. My throat burned. I stared down into the tea, watching steam blur my reflection. 336 3 minutes, 36 seconds. I didn't come here to be seen, I said. I know, she replied. But sometimes people see you anyway. We sat there in silence. 3:44 3 minutes, 44 seconds, the kind that presses in on your ears. 3:46 3 minutes, 46 seconds, somewhere down the block, a car door slammed. Midnight passed unnoticed. Then she said the sentence that split my life cleanly into before and after. Evan, 3:56 3 minutes, 56 seconds, she said, voice steady but kind. Mark didn't ask you to check on me. He asked me to talk to you. I looked up at her. 4:03 4 minutes, 3 seconds, every instinct, screaming that whatever came next would change everything. And she didn't look away. I didn't answer her right away. Not because I didn't 4:11 4 minutes. 11 seconds understand, but because understanding hit too fast. You're wrong, I said finally, though my voice didn't carry 4:18 4 minutes, 18 seconds any weight. He wouldn't. Mark doesn't talk about things like that. He barely talks about anything. Linda nodded like 4:25 4 minutes, 25 seconds. She'd expected that response. That's why he left. She stood and walked to the sink, turning her back to me as if she 4:32 4 minutes, 32 seconds didn't want to watch this part land. He came home tonight, upset. Said he'd noticed the way you've been pulling away. 4:38 4 minutes, 38 seconds, the way you go quiet when he talks about dating. The way you look at him when you think no one's paying attention. I clenched my jaw. Every memory she named 4:46 4 minutes, 46 seconds flashed through me. Moments I thought were invisible, buried, safe. He asked me if he was imagining it. She 4:54 4 minutes, 54 seconds continued. If he was being selfish, if loving you the way he does makes him a problem. That's when my chest cracked. I 5:01 5 minutes, 1 second stood so fast the chair scraped loudly against the floor. That's not fair, I said. I never asked him to feel that 5:08 5 minutes, 8 seconds way. I know, she replied gently. But you didn't stop him either. The words weren't sharp, that made them worse. I 5:15 5 minutes, 15 seconds paced the kitchen, hands shaking, anger and fear colliding in my throat. So what? He sends me here so you can tell 5:22 5 minutes, 22 seconds me this. So I can feel guilty on top of everything else. No, she said quickly, 5:28. 5 minutes, 28 seconds turning to face me. He sent you here because he couldn't say it himself and because he didn't want to disappear without someone knowing the truth. My phone buzzed in my pocket. 5:38 5 minutes, 38 seconds instinctively. I pulled it out. No new messages, he said. Linda added, quieter now. That if you ever felt brave enough, 5:46 5 minutes, 46 seconds to be honest, he didn't want you doing it alone. The rain had stopped, but the house felt louder than before. 5:53 5 minutes, 53 seconds small too. Full. I dropped back into the chair, suddenly exhausted. You're not supposed to be the one saying this, I muttered. She gave a small, sad smile. 6:03 6 minutes, 3 seconds, I know, but I'm the one who noticed first. I looked up at her. Noticed what? She hesitated. Just a second too, 6:10 6 minutes, 10 seconds long. That you come alive when he's in the room and disappear when he isn't. 6:14 6 minutes, 14 seconds, that did it. I pressed my palms to my eyes, breathing through the surge of heat and shame. I've spent years convincing myself I was wrong, I said. 6:24 6 minutes, 24 seconds, that it was just admiration, habit. 6:26 6 minutes, 26 seconds, anything but what it actually is. And what is it? She asked. I lowered my hands. Love, I said. The kind that terrifies you because once you name it, 6:35 6 minutes, 35 seconds, you can't pretend it won't cost you something. Linda didn't react the way I expected. No awkward shifting, no moral 6:42 6 minutes, 42 seconds lecture. Instead, she exhaled slowly like someone setting down a heavy bag. Then I'm glad he trusted me, she said. 6:56 minutes, 50 seconds, because that kind of love deserves honesty even if it hurts. I stared at her. You're okay with this? She met my 6:58 6 minutes, 58 seconds gaze, steady. I'm okay with.